you end up going back to WWF in 2002, and you're Goldust again. Did you think you would go back and be Goldust again, or did you think you were done with it in '99 when you stopped?
I wasn't real sure then because towards the end of that WCW, before they got bought out, I got really involved into drugs and alcohol really, really heavily. So I started to not give a shit about anything at that point. And going back it didn't matter to me if I got a call saying, hey, we want you to come back. I was fine just being at home, you know.
And when you do come back to be Goldust, though, initially it's you're kind of not treading water, but you're there, you're promoted on TV again. But then does anyone remember his teaming with Booker T?
Ooh. Finally, a big pop. What? Oh, the one with the rock? That was funny, man. That was good.
So you team with Booker T, and he'd kind of come in from WCW, and I think if people were honest, they kind of didn't treat him very well at the beginning. He was just kind of...
He's an outsider.
Yeah. But then eventually he kind of had paid his dues to WWF, I guess, in their eyes, and he is thought of as one of the WWF guys. And then you guys start this team. Was there a moment where you thought it was there a moment where you knew this is something really good? And what is your favorite memory of you guys working together?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, we weren't supposed to be a team, you know. We were supposed to just do, The Rock had just filmed this new movie, The Scorpion King, his first movie. And they wanted to do a little backstage segment of Booker T and Goldust at the movies and us kind of critique the movie and in our style, two opposite people. We couldn't be further away from each other in our lifestyles character-wise than we were, man. And you got this androgynous, flamboyant Goldust and Booker T, you know. And we're doing this and we're swinging the swords, and they loved it. You know, the office loved it. All the boys loved it. They got good fan reactions. So they brought it back next week. They did the same thing. I thought it was just going to be a one-time thing. And then the next week, and I'm like, and then the next week, and then we started doing them live, and you could hear the crowd reactions. And this is the first time I knew that we were really onto something. It's like when Booker would be, you know, stretching or getting ready, I would walk into frame. You knew Goldust was close by at this point, and the huge pop, and we had it piped into where we could hear the crowd pop, so that we could go off of the crowd and talk. And they knew that the fans looked for it every single week. They wanted to be entertained, and they were going to get it from Booker T and Goldust. So we went with it, man. And the writers, the difference in today's kids and back then were, if the writer comes and gives Finn Balor, let's say, a script for a promo he's to cut in the ring, Finn Balor's going to go out there and he's going to, or Samoa Joe, right? Say Samoa Joe gets a promo from the writer. He goes out there, yay, I'm Samoa Joe. Next week at the pay-per-view, I'm going to kick your ass and you're going to feel the Samoa camel clutch or whatever my finish is. You know what I mean? Sure. There's no feeling, because these are soap opera writers. They don't know what the they're talking about. They're just doing what Vince tells them to do, and they're scared to death of Vince. So they're not going to go against Vince's wishes. So it's up to us as talent. And back then, Booker and myself, it's very important for talent to step outside of your comfort zone, to step outside of the box if you want to get yourself over. Otherwise, if you are fine staying where you're at, just keep doing what the writers tell you. My suggestion would be step outside of the box. Booker and myself would get handed a script. Whatever. Let's play off each other, Booker. You and I play off each other very well. Our chemistry was unmatched. I mean, he could say something and I'll be right there with something. I say something, he's there. Some facial expression, whatever it may be. The chemistry, man, was magical between Booker and myself. And that right now is missing in today. I think that we don't have those kind of characters. We don't have that feeling, because none of them are searching for it. They're playing by the rules. They're going straight down the road. They're not veering off to the left. They're not veering off to the right. They're not stepping outside of the box like the guys before me used to do, or me back in the Attitude Era. All those guys are stepping out of the box, and that's what made it so successful.
And the guy in the front row mentioned The Rock, the promo with The Rock, where you are in disguise as The Rock. You have his shirt on, you have an eyebrow painted.
Now listen to that. That was one of my favorites. That's not the favorite, but that one in particular. See, most of our little backstage vignettes went about 2 minutes long, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. The one with The Rock went over 4 minutes because it's a rock, you know. And it was good, man. We did do a few takes on it to get it just right. But man, it was, everything just clicked. And it was so cool to be in there with The Rock and, you know, just in that scene and there every week. For me, it was great. I'm getting the exposure that I want and need. And yes, it is a funny role. And they always say, it's been brought up to me so many times that funny don't draw money. I say, it does draw money. You need to be entertained. You need to laugh. Then you need some drama. You need some wrestling and all this and that. From the start of the show, a 3-hour show on Raw, they're going to talk about the promo and set up the match for the main event. And the rest is just fill in. And not the young kids don't realize the opportunity they have to make a statement here, but to also see what's going to be happening later in the show. So if they do everything in the second match, then the third and the fourth and the fifth match, go out there and try to do some wonderful high-flying stuff, and they don't buy it because they've already seen it. Know your place. Know your place on the card. You know what I'm saying? Go out. We have a job. This is my job to get this guy over. Go out and do it. Nothing more, nothing less. Leave it, save it for the 10 o'clock hour. Then the main event. You save stuff. You build a show. You create the drama. That's what's missing today. And with Booker and I, man, we created drama. We created entertainment. We had fun. So many fun memories with that. I mean, the Crocodile Hunter one was one of my favorites. You remember the 7-Eleven one? 7-Eleven was pretty funny, man. I mean, they shut down the whole freaking store just for us. And they were doing the promotional, cups, and Booker T was pissed off because he wasn't on the promotional cup. And I'm in disguise in a 3-wheel jersey for the New York Knicks, but I still got paint on my face, so I'm disguised. I mean, what the hell, All these disguises. And I bump into him, and I'm eating a hot dog, and he's drinking a Slurpee, and I'm like, you give me a drink of your Slurpee, I'll give you a bite of my weenie. And then he gives a big retort, and I just give one of those funny faces and sexual thing towards the wiener, and then, we're out and we've entertained him. And another one was the one in the hotel room with him and his girl, and he was getting his Mac on, right? And she's naked in the middle of the bed, and he comes in and he gets under the covers, the lights go out, they start talking, you just see darkness, right? And then all of a sudden you hear my voice. And there's a little conversation going on. He turns on the light. What the fuck, Goldie? Goddamn it, Goldie, what the hell are you doing here? It was just so much fun, man. So much fun to be a part of that. I will never forget the Booker T and Goldust moments. And I wish the hell they would make a DVD set of just those moments.